Rain drizzled softly over the academy grounds when Alina Ward arrived, clutching a worn-out duffel bag and a transfer letter. She was quiet, eyes lowered, dressed plainly compared to the students around her in their pressed uniforms. No one knew who she was or where she came from. Only that she had joined midterm, and that she never smiled. The academy was no ordinary school. It trained the sons and daughters of elite military officers, future leaders, strategists, and soldiers. The air smelled of power and pride, but for someone like Elena it felt suffocating. On her first day, whispers followed her like shadows. She's not from the officers' families. Probably a charity case. Look at her shoes, old and worn. What's she even doing here? Elena ignored them all. She wasn't here to fit in. She had a purpose, a promise whispered to her late mother before she died. Stay strong no matter what they say. Your truth will speak for itself one day. In class she excelled silently. Her answers were sharp, precise, and confident. But that only made the bullies notice her more. The trio of troublemakers, Lara, June, and Marco, were notorious for their arrogance. Lara, the self-proclaimed queen of the academy, couldn't stand someone smarter than her. One afternoon, she tripped Elena deliberately in front of everyone. Books scattered across the floor, laughter erupted. But instead of getting angry, Elena simply picked up her papers calmly and walked away. That calmness burned Lara's pride like acid. By the end of the week, things got worse. Her notebooks were torn, her lunch was thrown out, and her locker was vandalized with cruel words. Outsidar, stadoi. Yet Elena said nothing. She walked every day through the corridor with the same quiet strength, the same unshaken calm. But behind that silence a storm was brewing. Because Elena Ward wasn't just another transfer student. She was the only daughter of General Alexander Ward, the academy's most feared and respected commander. A man who had kept his family life hidden for years after a classified mission cost him everything. Elena had chosen to come here under a false name to prove something, not just to the world, but to herself. She wanted to live without her father's shadow, to be seen for who she was, not whose daughter she was. One afternoon, when the sun was low and the grounds were quiet, the bullies cornered her again. Still pretending to be brave, huh? Lara sneered, pushing Elena's shoulder. Maybe if we show her her place, she'll finally leave. June added, crossing her arms. Elena didn't flinch. You're wasting your energy, she said quietly. I'm not going anywhere. That only enraged Marco. He grabbed her bag and threw it to the ground, scattering her things. Her mother's pendant fell and broke. Something inside Elena snapped. She stepped forward, calm, but her voice trembled with power. You can tear my books, break my things, but you will never break me. Lara laughed mockingly. And who are you to talk like that? Before Elena could answer, the sound of approaching boots echoed behind them. The general had arrived. His voice cut through the air like thunder. Is this how soldiers in training behave? The bullies froze. Everyone knew that voice. General Ward's eyes landed on Elena, and for a brief moment his stone-cold expression softened, only slightly. No one understood why the terrifying general looked at the new girl like she was something precious. Without a word, he turned to Lara's group. Report to my office. Now. The bullies' faces turned pale. As they scurried away, the general looked at Elena and said softly, You did well not to fight back. But next time don't let them forget who you are. And with that, he walked away, leaving the entire courtyard buzzing in confusion. That night, Elena sat by her dorm window, clutching her mother's broken pendant, tears glistening in her eyes. The truth was starting to leak out, and she wasn't sure she was ready for it. The next day the entire academy was on edge. Rumors spread like wildfire. Did you see the general talking to her? Maybe she's a relative. No way. She's too plain for that. Lara and her friends were summoned to the general's office early in the morning. When they came out, their faces were white as chalk. They avoided Elena for the rest of the day. By afternoon, an announcement came through the academy speakers. All students are to gather in the main hall for an important message from General Ward. The hall was packed. The general stood at the podium, expression unreadable. Elena stood quietly at the back. Many of you, he began, have forgotten what this academy stands for: honor, respect, and unity. He paused, scanning the crowd. And some of you have chosen arrogance over discipline. Whispers rippled through the hall. Then, with a firm voice, he said the words that silenced everyone. There is a student among you who has chosen to face cruelty with strength and silence. A student who represents true courage. That student is my daughter. Gasps filled the hall. All eyes turned to Alina. Lara's jaw dropped. Marco's heart sank. The room went dead quiet. Alina stepped forward, unsure, trembling slightly as she faced everyone. "Yes," she said softly. "I'm his daughter. But I didn't come here to be treated special. I came here to prove that I could stand on my own without power or privilege." Her voice grew stronger with every word. "And now you all know the truth. But it changes nothing. Because the person I am was built not by my father's name, but by my own strength." The hall erupted in silence once again, but this time it was out of respect. Later that evening, Laura found Alina alone near the courtyard. Her eyes were red, guilt heavy in her voice. I'm sorry," she stammered. "We didn't know." Alina gave a small smile. "That's the point. You never really know anyone until you see their heart." From that day onward, things changed. Alina became an inspiration to others, not because of her father's title, but because of her resilience. She earned her place through dignity and courage, and in doing so, she changed the academy's entire spirit. As graduation day came, the general stood proudly in the audience, watching his daughter receive the Medal of Honor for integrity and strength. Their eyes met across the hall, no words needed, just mutual pride and peace. In her final speech, Alina said, "Sometimes the world will test your silence. It will mock your strength, but never forget, true power doesn't come from your name. It comes from how you stand when no one believes in you." The students rose in applause. Tears filled many eyes. Because in that moment, everyone realized, the bullied girl they once mocked had become the Academy's strongest soul. 2 closing lines and hook for viewers. Never underestimate the quiet ones, because sometimes silence hides the loudest power of all. Subscribe for more inspiring stories, because every hidden story deserves to be told.